Hi, I'm Bob Trask, and this is our weekly reset. Today, we're going to talk about something I think you're going to find pretty exciting. We're going to talk about the law of attraction. Now, the law of attraction, you know about that. You've heard about that before. You've heard talk about it. And if you're like me, then what's gone on in your mind is that you've probably thought, well, that's really cool. That would be really cool if it was absolutely true. But, it's only measurably true or true sometimes or can be proven because once in a while somebody actually had an idea and it came true. But overall, maybe it's just more imagination. Well, thanks to the contribution of Albert Einstein's famous equation E equals m2 squared, we now understand that matter and energy are inseparable, and that energy is the basis of everything in our tangible universe. Energy is the basis of everything tangible in our universe. Everything that manifests in this physical world does so by a process of resonant energies being drawn together. For example, when a C chord is struck on a piano, every other key that's tuned to the chord of C vibration vibrates because of the frequencies that resonate at a similar vibration, and they're magnetized together. So when you hit a C chord, every other key that's tuned to the chord of C vibrates because those frequencies resonate at a similar vibration, and they're magnetized together. And that's the basis for the law of attraction, which states that energy we broadcast out to the universe is joined by and gathers to itself energies that are harmonic in resonance and in frequency. And so when I talk about that, that energy, now when we've already discussed, and Einstein's shown us that energy and matter are the same things, just in two different forms, but they're the same thing. And energy always travels in frequencies, right? And all frequencies are intelligent. So energy is intelligent. So matter is intelligent. So the great intelligence of this universe, the great creative, powerful, ongoing intelligence of this universe that never stops, never dies, never sleeps, is just constantly ongoing and always changing, always evolving, always creating. That incredibly beautiful energy that we sometimes call love or grace or Holy Spirit or Great Spirit, or some people even call God. But it's not a guy in the sky, it's that magnificent, intelligent energy that is in all things and is holding everything together in harmony, in a resonant harmony. And we create that by our imagination, which we are given. And we're the only ones that we know of. We're the only ones, certainly in this galaxy. We're the only ones we know of all the trillions of creatures of every size on this planet. We're the only ones that can imagine. We imagine. And Albert Einstein further said, imagination is everything. Imagination is the preview of life's coming attractions. Isn't that cool? Imagination is the preview of life's coming attractions. That's how strongly you can that's how strongly you can rely on imagination. A review from the American Psychological Association found that people who send out a positive affect were more successful in every part of life, including marriage, friendship, income, health, and career. That's the law of attraction in action. The National Institute of Health says that a mind that is sending out positive vibrations causes, now this is from the National Institute of Health, a mind that's sending out positive vibrations causes lower blood pressure, less risk of heart disease, healthier weight, better blood sugar levels, and a longer life. So your thoughts then really do have an impact on how things turn out for you. In order to understand that, we have to realize that we're not alone in this universe. We are irreplaceable parts of this great system. We are part of everything visible and invisible, from mountains to seas, to thoughts, to ideas, to music, to art, to the smallest mote of dust on the farthest away planet. Each element, no matter how tiny, no matter how seemingly insignificant, including your thoughts right now, are irreplaceable parts of the whole. Irreplaceable parts, even your thoughts right now, are parts of the whole. They're intelligent energy. And they're going out to create matter, to create realities. Even that most microscopic particle of dust somewhere is so irreplaceable that if it were to be extinguished, I don't mean transformed by heat or acid or something, might be mean made to not exist in any form, the entire universe would blink off instantly, would cease to exist. That's how important everything is. And your mind is always, always, always working. Even if you're in meditation, it's working. And you say, yeah, but when I'm sleeping, when you're sleeping, your brain works more than when you're awake. Your mind never stops. And it's creating constantly. And we're different than mountains and dust motes, aren't we? We're thinkers. We're deliberate creators. We make changes happen. You make changes happen all day, every day. From making your bed to making breakfast to making love. You're the producer of change. You bring into being that which has never until now existed. And you, the creator, and your creations as well, are necessary parts of this universe. Physical and non-physical, visible and invisible. So how shall we create? Because let's face it, we have default programs that we use almost mindlessly. When you make coffee, you have a pre-patterned procedure you go through, and the same's true for when you drive. But what about things that are not pattern replications, but are creating a thing that does not now exist? For example, if you want to paint a picture, it does not now exist in any level. If you want to write a book or a poem, it doesn't exist. So that's going to be something created from your imagination, from your most beautiful, powerful imagination. So here's how you bring that into being. Here's how we create miracles, create something that doesn't exist through the law of attraction. For one thing, let me make a caveat here. The law of attraction doesn't work to change other persons or other persons' minds. They have free will. We can't change anyone else. By example, they might experience something from us and change, but it's not our business to change anybody. And secondly, and this is the most important thing in sending a message to the great universe so that your law of attraction works, you have to have a very clear definition in mind of what your goal is and what you want to experience. So your imagination can run all over the place. I want a car. I'd like a Tesla. If I can't get a Tesla, I like a Corvette. You know what I really like to have? No. That doesn't attract anything. Exactly what do you want? Exactly. If you can't narrow it down, then it's not a goal any longer. It's not a vision any longer. It's a fantasy. And fantasies have absolutely no creative power. So if you want something, you have to define it. You have to define it so clearly that you can right now experience it. You can taste it, you can smell it, you can hear it, you can feel it, you can see it. In order for me to bring about something that doesn't now exist as I need it to be, I must not look for an item, but for the experience of the item. And that's what makes it true. That's what makes it real. That's what brings you into harmony with the creative universe. It's not your idea about what a thing is, but how you will experience the thing. That's why it's important for you to know what it looks like, what it feels like, how it tastes, how it sounds, how it feels. Experience it now. Experience it within you now. And hold on to that experience. That's your vision. That experience is your vision. The item is not your vision. The vision is the experience of the item. And that experience is energy, clear, profound energy coming from you, going out into the great field of probability and creating a magnetic line of attraction between you and that which can be. And you are pulled toward it as it is pulled toward you. And you know, the interesting thing about being pulled toward it as it's pulled toward you is that when you look at that, whatever it is that's in your imagination, might seem like it's way out there somewhere, like, you know, you have all these like doubts that are coming up, and the doubts are saying, yeah, but, yeah, but, yeah, but, but, but we need to be able to get our butts out of the way, don't we? And move forward without the buts. So when we look at that and we imagine that coming into being, our self-doubts are doubts because there are obstacles that we have previously seen to be or felt to be unsurmountable. Like, I don't have enough money for that. I mean, that's way more money than I have. Or I don't have the talent or the ability to do that. And I don't know anybody that would be able to help me with that. I mean, all of those buts. When I put my vision in the hands of Holy Spirit, in the hands of the great creative power, of the great resonance, of the great love, the beloved universe, when I put my vision in the hands of that and fold myself into a solid vehicle of promise and commitment toward that vision, not fanatical, just unwavering vision toward that obstacle. When I do that, then the universe complies by beginning to dissolve those buts, beginning to dissolve those, but I don't think, oh well, but you know, but well, but no, those start dissolving. And so you just watch as you're moving forward, watch these positive things that happen. Because every time one of those positive things happen, what you might think in your ego mind is, well, of course, I didn't know that, but this guy came along with all this money and he wanted to do this, and but I didn't. No, 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 no. That's a result of the law of attraction. That's the result of you being focused and committed to your vision. When you're focused and committed to your vision, then all sorts of unforeseen possibilities will come in to assist you. But that can't happen unless you have that purpose. And when you need something to fulfill that purpose, the universe hears and responds. But it has to be an experience, my dear heart. We have to be looking at an experience. We need to be experiencing that which we want, experiencing it now, experiencing the feeling of it now. If I can't bring that feeling into me now and experience it in me now, then I'm not sending any kind of a real energetic vibration into the universe. So, for example, maybe you want to write a bestseller. But what's your true vision? What do you really want? Certainly, it isn't just to write a book, but for it to be a bestseller. What would that mean in your life? Being proud of the book you've written? How about being proud of it now? Selling a large number of books? How about just knowing that that's true, that that's happening? Being famous and going on an international speaking tour? I know several people who weren't writing books and who wrote books finally and became very, very famous and multimillionaires and were on speaking tours. The difference between you and them? Were they more talented? Absolutely not. More gifted? Absolutely not. Superior in any way? Absolutely not. You know what they did? They got a vision and they refused to say no. They refused to say no. They kept yes always above and beyond the no's. And they experienced from the very beginning that this is done. And when they came upon people who didn't agree with them, people, for instance, turned down their manuscripts because they said, "Oh, this isn't marketable. There's no place for this in the literary world today." When they came upon those people, they looked at them as though, "You don't get it, do you? You don't get it. This is real. You can't say this isn't real because it's real." And they stayed with that, and eventually the universe guided them to the publishers or whoever that made it possible. The seeking of those experiences activates the law of attraction between you and the cosmos of unlimited probability. Brian Tracy's, I have a lot of admiration for Brian Tracy. He's a great speaker, great trainer, great motivational guy. He's just really sharp. And he said this: "You are a living magnet. What you attract into your life is in harmony with your dominant thoughts. You're a living magnet. What you attract into your life is in harmony with your dominant thoughts." So the true question that we have to ask ourselves is what do I want to experience? Not what do I want to have, but what do I want to experience? Because you know what? If we focus on what I want to experience, it could be that we'll even change our idea about what we want. Because the experience might be a lot faster and a lot easier and a lot simpler than the long way around that we've imagined. And the universe, in its wisdom, Sometimes when we set a vision, set a goal, and we're going to go for that goal, we're going to go for that vision, and we're focused on it, and we're committed to it, and we're dedicated to it, and we're experiencing it. And the universe, instead of moving us through all of those blocks that we foresaw, just moves us around all that stuff into a different line where we get the experience we want before we ever even get to the vision. Because isn't it true that all we really want are fulfilling and self-rewarding experiences? Experiences of joy, experiences of accomplishment, experiences of clarity, of courage, of self-confidence. So we need, and you can't do this alone. You can't. You must have a support team. Even if it's two people, even if it's one person, and it's not enough to know, for them to know what you want, but also to know how that'll make you feel. Because even when people don't get what you're dreaming of, they can see what you want to feel. They can see the joy that they want, and they can be on the team for that. Because if you just get the Tesla, the car, if you just get the thing, and you don't get the experience, and that happens sometimes. People set goals and they go out and they get this thing, and then they get this thing, and then they go, is that all there is? Because they didn't get the experience. They got the box the shoes came in, but they didn't get the shoes. So the good news about asking for the experience is that the universe is on our team, and it'll often give us an easier way to get the experience. Paulo Coelho, who wrote The Alchemist, which is just a great book. If you haven't read it, you might want to pick that up, said, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you achieve it. When you want something, all the universe conspires to help you achieve it. Because you're that important to the universe. Like attracts like, doesn't it? Similar things are attracted to one another. We attract people who are similar to us, either positive or negative. Our thoughts attract similar experiences. Negative thoughts attract negative experiences. Positive thinking attracts positive experiences. And here's the thing, is that you're creating already. You're already creating. You're creating all the time. You create all day long, constantly. Your imagination is constantly bringing into reality that which you see. Because nature abhors a vacuum. There is no vacuum. There are no vacuums. So when you're not focused on imaginatively creating something that will fulfill your life, your mind's already going ahead on its automatic pilot, on its default. And then you get some positive and some negative and some loneliness and some this and some that. But you're already you're already creating. Why not take charge of your mind and put into that what you want? And then our self-doubts begin to fade, because we begin to prove day by day by day, again and again and again, that self-doubts are false doubts. It's erroneous thinking. And if we follow those, if we just allow that default thinking, which is a mixture of fantasy and doubts and some hopes and some dreams and some feelings of futility, then what we end up with is disappointment most of it in our lives. Because that's really on a bottom level what we expected. But if you erase that self-doubt and fill that space with affirmation, yes, I am. Yes, I am doing this. Yes, this is happening now. Yes, I'm feeling this in me now. Yes, I am. When you when you erase those self-doubts and take those out of the baskets of your mind and fill that basket with affirmation, you'll soon be creating a miracle. We remove the negative and fill the space with our desired experience. The Buddha said, what you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you create. That's from the Buddha. What you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you create. So the good news today, the really good news today, is that you've been set free. You have been set free. You can now go get whatever you want. It's available for you right now. Right now. All you need to do is, number one, be in complete acceptance and gratitude for what is. Because the foundation for tomorrow is built on today. Today is the foundation from which tomorrow will spring. And that foundation has to be one of acceptance. I accept it exactly the way it is and exactly the way it is not. I accept it. And I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for every part of it. He said, this sink, I'm just so sick of this sink that, it's not doing, sometimes the drain gets clogged and it's got these rust parts on it and I try to get rid of them and I can't. And I just hate this sink. I just hate this sink. There we are. There we are sending our vibration out into the universe. But if I have a sink, you know how few people in the world have sinks? How few people in the world have a kitchen with running water? I'm so grateful for this old bummed up sink. I'm so happy with this. Thank you for this. I see one even more beautiful. I see one, and then your imagination takes over. And then you visualize that in terms of its experience. Visualize it in terms of its experience, and then watch the constructive positives come roaring in to discard all the negative thinking. Just watch those constructive positives comes in. And then get a positive affirmation regarding your goal and repeat it every day, every day. I have a new sink. I have a new deep, shining, bright sink. I feel it now. I see it. I'm moving toward it. I'm accepting the mission. I'm doing something. I'm online looking. Oh my God, look here. I just found something on for free. There's somebody's remodeling and they want to get rid of these sinks. Oh my gosh. I can go pick one up for free. And John, my friend, will put it in for me. It's already there. It's already there. All you have to do is go get it with your mind. Justin Perry said, the more you say a thing, the more it becomes real to you. That's affirmations. Affirmations. I'm Bob Trask. I'm here to tell you affirmations changed my life again and again and again. Now I'm going to finish today by talking about a message from Benjamin Disraeli. Incredible man, incredible philosopher and thinker. And he said this to us. So let's go with this thought. Nurture your mind with great thoughts, for you will never go any higher than you think. Nurture your mind with great thoughts, for you will never go any higher than you think. So, my love, dare to think beyond where you are right now. Trust your imagination. Trust the universe. It's here for you. I love you. Thank you for being with me. Now, would you mind going to bobtrask.com and leaving a donation and maybe a thought? And if you have to leave now, I understand, but if you can hang around, there's going to be a nice conversation going on for the next half hour, and we'd love for you to be a part of that. But if you have to go, we understand. Then go with my love, and I'll see you next week.